Okay, so we've done a video on just generalised mental health. We've done a video purely on BPD, and I feel like today we should do a positive video, and I want to talk about some coping mechanisms that I've been taught or I've learned myself over the past few years. Not, different people react to different things, so not all of these have ever helped me. Some of them were the most pointless things I've ever tried, but what hasn't helped me could help somebody else, so it's always worth a try. So any mental health professional will always encourage exercise. Any form of exercise, gets that feel good chemical, and it makes you feel pumped, it makes you feel good about yourself, and it raises them, the serotonin, and that helps anybody's mental health. So just going for a walk, going for a run, going to the gym, going swimming, anything like that can really help. And it gives you some motivation as well. It gives you something to keep going for. And yeah, any mental health professional will always tell you exercise, 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 eating well, sleep, having a sleep routine, drinking, keeping hydrated, all these kind of things you don't think actually can help your mental health, but they actually do. Sleep is honestly one of my biggest triggers. If I don't sleep enough or I oversleep, it can trigger my BPD off crazy, and it can trigger my depression like really badly. So having a routine is so important, and mental health professionals will drill that into you. Things like ice, holding ice, especially like with things like self-harm urges and dissociation. Obviously when you hold ice it burns, and the more you hold that, the more it burns, which gives you a sensation for your self-harm urges. And obviously if you're dissociating and you are switched off from the world, the cold and the burning will bring you back into realisation. Things like holding your face in cold water, having cold showers, things like that will bring you back around, if that makes sense. Making safety plans. This is something that I had to do when I've been diagnosed with all my disorders, and I've been put in the crisis home, I've been admitted into hospital. You will always be made to make a safety plan. So this outlines your triggers, ways in which you stop them triggers, and what to do if you're in a crisis. If you've tried all these things and they're not working, or you've slipped up, the safety plan is there to tell you what to do, or to tell others what to do. Baths really help me if I feel pretty crap, and just running a bath, having a bath, lying in the bath, put some music on, just takes you away from that moment, and it gives you something else to do. With my depression, I struggle with hygiene when I'm really depressed. This is really gross, but showering, brushing my teeth, even just brushing my hair, I'll stay in the same clothes for days. So just getting in that bath actually really helps. And what else have I been taught over the years? Elastic bands is one that really helped me. Obviously, like self-harm urges, I used to self-harm. Everybody has a different reason to self-harm. I would self-harm because I'd be emotionally numb, and I didn't believe that I felt anything. So when I would self-harm, I would feel pain, and it would bring me back into realisation that I was alive, kind of thing. So having an elastic band around the wrist, whenever you feel an urge to self-harm and you want to feel pain, just twang that elastic band, and it hurts. It really hurts, and it took a lot of getting used to. But honestly, it doesn't leave a mark. It hurts, and that's what it's supposed to, But just hang that elastic band and you'll feel the pain that I'm assuming you'd want to feel from self-harm. Writing a journal, writing a mood diary. I write a book about all my mental health, and I write it in the third person. So I'm writing as if I'm writing to you about my mental health. Just like these videos, I'm talking to you about my experiences, and it's all in paper form. I've been doing a book since I was 16. Honestly, writing for me is the best form of release, and I would strongly advise anybody to write a mood diary, write a diary, a journal, anything that gets your feelings out. If you're like me and you're rubbish at talking, you're really bad at getting it out in words, write it down. Best thing I've ever done. And finally, this is something that I was taught in the crisis home last year, and at first I thought this is the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. No, I'm not trying that. Like, it's stupid, it's never going to help. But it actually has really, really helped. So this is what you call a safety box. So it's literally just any box you can find. A shoe box, anything that you can find. And obviously I've decorated mine. You put things in here that hold sentimental value to you. So I've got this little photo book, obviously with James Arthur on the front. It's just got photos of everybody that I love in my life, with a little note to myself when I open it. So this is for when I'm impulsive, or I'm suicidal, or I feel really lonely. The idea with this is I hold on to memories. I love taking photos. So looking in this and seeing other people that I love in here will give me a reason to keep going. I know that if I left or I did something silly, these people would miss me, including James Arthur, I hope. So this is something that I never expected the crisis home to say to me, but it made sense. So if you tell somebody that you know self-harms, stop self-harming, that's probably one of the worst things you can say to somebody that self-harms. It's going to make them feel bad, it's going to make them feel devalued, it's going to make them feel like their emotions are not worth anything and their outlet is stupid. And that is probably one of the worst things you can say to someone that self-harms. So yeah, self-harm is a bad thing and it is negative, and my self-harm got really severe. But in the safety box I've got a self-harm kit. So if I was to slip up, I've got things in which I'd use. I've got antiseptic wipes, I've got bandages, I've got washproof plasters, I've got anything in there, like bio oil. I've got things in there that I'd need if I did slip up. And yeah, it's bad, you know, I don't want to slip up, but everybody relapses. Everybody has, you know, days in which they do slip up, and that's okay. But obviously if I've got things in here that I can use when I do slip up, it's gonna, you know, stop the chances of infection, stop the chances of fatality, really. So you're supposed to put something in here for a distraction as well. So self-harming when there is aggression, obviously when you're impulsive, you're angry, you're agitated, and self-harming then is more dangerous, especially, you know, from my point of view, it is so much more dangerous. So put something in there that will take your mind off it, give you a distraction, and hopefully that aggression, that agitation will pass. So I've got a colouring book and some pens, just an adult colouring book. What else? Nail varnish. That is a really good. I painted my nails the other day for the first time to try for the therapy, and it was amazing. It really, really distracted me. So obviously you have to wait for each coat to dry, then you have to put top coat on. Like, it is really, really, really good. Music really helps me. Just blasting music is probably one of the best therapies for me. But a safety box, I really suggest a safety box. It is the best thing I've ever done. And yeah, so I hope this helps a little bit. Obviously not every coping mechanism that I've talked about is going to help everybody. Like, everybody's different. Like, ice has never helped me. Exercise, not really. So you've just got to find your own coping mechanism, the way that your brain reacts to. So I hope this helps a little bit. And if you need any help on coping mechanisms, need any help as a distraction, then as I say in every video, my messages are always open all the time. Never be afraid to message me. And as always, I hope you're all keeping safe. I hope you're all well. And if you need me, I am always here. Keep going. It's okay not to be okay.